Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm really excited to be bringing you guys a video on Flux. This is a project which I'm extremely bullish on for the long run. I think the prices that we're seeing right now are amazing to buy it up. And I'm basically going to be talking about the project, where I see it going, some of the things I like about it, as well as on Wednesday, I am going to be doing an AMA session with the CEO of Flux over on my channel. I'm looking forward to that, guys. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So if you have any questions for the man himself, make sure you drop them in the comments and I'll make a note of them and I can address the question to the CEO. So let's go over the basics. But as always, this video isn't financial advice. Market cap, 202 million. So it's in that mid cap range. It's not arguably a high cap, but it's neither a low cap gem. In terms of the circulating supply, we've got a 67% circulating supply, so token dilution is not an issue. Both of these things are both a tick for me. Very good in both of those aspects. So I try to make my videos quite quick. I try to make them, 8 or 9 minutes, but there's a lot to digest with this project. You've got so many things going on. So I'm going to try and be as quick and as fast as possible. But remember, there's much more information, much more details about this project than what I'm uttering in this video. So make sure to go and do your in-depth analysis. So one of the things I really like is the amount of nodes. It is extremely secure. Over 15,000 decentralized nodes. And not only is it secure, it's also extremely decentralized. This is one of the most decentralized projects out there, in my opinion, in terms of what, it's trying to do. Obviously, nothing will be as decentralized as Bitcoin, but in terms of what it's doing, in terms of the dApps, in terms of acting as a project with a lot of updates, a lot of stuff going on, it's extremely decentralized. You've got the governance, which is decentralized, but you've also got the fact that the computational network consists of 15,000 nodes, which are all decentralized and all are distributed globally. The fact that there's global distribution adds even more to that security and to that decentralization. So that's something to look at. An absolute phenomenal amount of nodes. It's extremely high. They also have over 4,000 dApps. So when I get into the ecosystem of this project, you're going to see the amount of links across the crypto space is insane, just to say the least. And as always, this video isn't sponsored. So the thing with the nodes is the reason why people are obviously operating a node is because it's profitable. Flux has an extremely great mining system and people have made a lot of money mining it. And you can see that they have proof of work mining solutions as well as nodes. So you can you can basically mine it, but you can also run a node. So it has the best of both worlds in the hybrid kind of aspects of this project. The other thing which is great is the storage capacity that Flux enables. I've talked a lot about decentralized storage on my channel. I think it's a narrative that we need to address. I think there's a lot of issues in the current world with centralization of data. You've seen it with TikTok, you've seen it with Google, you've seen it with Facebook. Basically a lot of our personal and private data is held in the hands of centralized organizations. We need to decentralize this to make it much more fair, much more equitable, and basically more private. You should be the one who owns your own data, not big tech. So decentralization is something which they harp on a lot about because it is a very prominent aspect of Flux. It says here, Flux is the first truly decentralized Web3 infrastructure with no single point of failure and 100% uptime. So there's been no outages, not like Solana where there's a network outage every single week. Extremely secure, extremely stable, as well as that high degree of decentralization. So you've got this proof of useful work consensus mechanism, which is obviously unique to Flux. And it's really interesting to read more into that. And I would highly recommend that you guys do that. So who runs nodes on the Flux network? They are decentralized all over the world. Okay. And that is something which I've obviously talked about in the decentralization and the security. This is a project which is talked about a lot in terms of those mining benefits. It's one of the best projects out there to be doing that. Now, I'm not going to get into all of that text because it's just too much for this quick video. But one thing that I do want to go over is this ecosystem. If you go onto the project, you go onto the website, and you go onto the, not the cloud. I want to go on this, and then dApps. you will see, I believe, all of these ecosystem dApps. Okay. Look how many there are. Deso. All right. I've talked about this one before on my channel. Decentralized social. Doge node. Right. For the people who like Doge. Sushi swap. There is so many projects partnering up with Flux. Casper's another one there. It's just absolutely endless. And this is a testament to the technology of Flux, a testament to the security and the decentralization. I say this a lot on my channel. A project is only as good as its ecosystem. The ecosystem is what brings about the transactional volume. The ecosystem is what people look at before investing. The reason why Ethereum, the reason why BNB are so huge is because of their ecosystems. And Flux arguably has got to be one of the best in the game in terms of that ecosystem it's got going for it. And you can see pre-search here is another one which I've talked about too. So I'm not going to go into all of these, but there's so many projects out there. You can see Kadena have strong links as well with Flux. But I'm just really bullish on this project. I like the storage aspects of it. I like the dApps aspects of it. And if we look at the chart here and we look at how high it went in the last bull run, we're still down by quite a lot. It went all the way up to around 700 million in market cap. Right now, we're only at 200 million. But despite us being down by quite a lot, when you actually compare it to other crypto projects, it's held up pretty well. A lot of altcoins with a market cap of what Flux has dumped a lot more than what Flux did. Some dumped 98%, some dumped 95%. Flux held up really, really well. And I was actually looking at it at the bottom, and I was surprised it didn't dip more. But you know what that shows? That shows the strength of this project. That shows that not many people want to sell this. People are happy holding it, right? And you can talk about the mining aspects. Obviously, people are happy mining it. And it's held up really, really well during this bear market. And it's built during this bear market as well. So I like the project. And there's a YouTuber called Crypto with James, who I like a lot. And I watch his videos. And he talked in his last video about Flux and their marketing campaign. But what I'm seeing now with Flux is they've actually stepped up their marketing efforts. They're getting their name out. They're doing things like this, an AMA with me, right? So they're getting their name out. They're talking to content creators. They're doing a huge program in terms of marketing. And I think this bull run, Flux is going to do a lot more than what it did in the last bull run. We saw this parabolic rally in Flux, right? All the way up to around 700 million. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this go to 2, 3, 4 billion in the next bull run, especially with things like storage being an increased narrative, especially with their ecosystem growing and developing, and most of all, a great CEO who I'm going to be talking to on my channel. So thank you guys all for watching this video. I tried to keep it quick. Hopefully you gain some value. Make sure you do become a Patreon. I've dropped a buy alert. So if you want to find out what that microcap gem is, the only way to do it is to become a Patreon. Hit that link in the description. There's so many tiers out there, guys. Take your pick. I recommend the VIP Plus tier. This is the most active tier. This is the one with the community aspects. You've got the very active Telegram group. And if you guys are Patreons in the chat, let me know. Let me know in the chat if you're a Patreon and tell me what you think about it. Because I know a lot of you guys love the Patreon. A lot of you are getting your value for money, and I appreciate that so much. So go read the perks. I believe it will be an investment in yourself, and you'll be so glad that you do it when you find out some of these micro caps that no one else is talking about, right? We're finding projects of extreme high caliber when no one else knows about them. So this is the place to be, guys. Prepare yourself for the next bull run, because it will hit like that. It will hit before you know it. And if you can have that, solid portfolio before the bull run, you're going to make the most of it, and you're going to be one of the highest gainers like myself. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye.